All right. Very well. All right. Well, let me get a little feedback. How was it? I mean, was it informative? Was it helpful? Anyone, any suggestions?
I
I
think
thought it was
this,
great, Remy. Thank you. That's really helpful.
Okay. Thanks, Jean-Claude.
yeah, this is definitely something that I'll keep in the back of my mind. I was gonna ask you, have you looked at Amazon? Uh, um,
Uh, Yeah, Amazon, I have, I just wanted to go with just a few examples, but I can go with like the top six. I mean, you can look at Google and Amazon and Apple. I looked at Apple, but these were a little more exaggerated moves, so it was easier to show it. Amazon, I mean, Apple, for instance, getting close to its double top, for instance, and um, it could go to 185 if but yeah, I mean, maybe we'll do it for the class on Saturday. So
okay. Um, yeah, the reason I'm asking is because I have Amazon and it had a big move right now. I have
yeah,
some calls that I get called away. But I'll make some money on it and I can always, sell more puts if it does get called away. But it had a big move, but it's still like well below its 52-week high. But it looks oversold and you know, it's been going above the Bollinger band. Are you looking at different time frames too when you're
but
analyzing this?
so you
Like,
what do you do? I mean, when it comes to the bubble, I like to look at on a weekly basis,
mhm,
but of course we look at the daily. So the daily gives us the heads up, and that's what like at LRC. I look at multi-time frame anyway, and I look at multiple moving averages. So maybe that's what we look at Saturday. We'll do. I've been doing
okay,
Tesla and we do Amazon. Amazon is again is part of the six horses. So
yeah,
uh, but some of these Amazon is not as exciting because it had beaten up, not as much as like the other stocks that they've been just unbelievable. I mean, you look at Meta and you look at Nvidia, for instance, and look at QQQ, Nasdaq 100 as a whole. That's
okay.
very good. It's really stretched. Good. All right. Anyway, any other comments or any questions? Additions?
It would be good to do a class on how to use the same indicators to look for the opposite, like the
Yeah,
opportunities.
of course.
Yeah,
Like last year would have been good. I mean,
yeah,
that's how we came, if you recall, when we did our December, the tax selling, that's what we were looking, Henry.
yeah.
We were looking at the opposite to look for opportunities for our, buying calls. But because the whole story is right now, there's so much nervousness. And on the other hand, the sentiment is helping us. And that's why I mentioned we are not in that greed mood yet. So it's not, that's why I don't want to use S&P 500.
Mhm.
It's all greed is more on these very specific themes. You don't have greed in industrial. You don't have greed in energy right now. You don't have greed in banking right now. You don't having in basic materials right now. So it's a tale of two really segments of economy. So we have a lot of, again, we have a lot of enthusiasm about this AI thing. So that's the reason I chose it, especially again, the whole news is about how NVIDIA is this and that, and how, you're looking at some other smaller stocks which are coattailing this, and they're just having magnificent moves. The semiconductors, you could see Marvell, what a beautiful move it had. And then I looked at AMD, for instance, you could see. So are we, really getting ahead of ourselves? That was the whole thing. So, but yeah, we could do that. But that's why I'm offering you the tools so you can do it on your own too, with the Keltner channel, Bollinger Bands, with all the other things. And basically it helps you to be more, again, more unbiased in your analysis rather than having a love affair with a stock. So, which a lot of Tesla drivers had a couple of years ago. So they could not do anything wrong. So anyway. All right. Anything else? Anyone else has anything to add?
Usually, these bubbles a lot of times are accompanied by, liquidity that drives them. It's interesting that there's this AI bubble happening right now, but liquidity is tight. But I was thinking maybe it's because there's been so much cash on the sidelines that it's just going in there right now.
Yes, and also, Jean-Claude, there's also sector rotation too. So a lot of money is moving away from some of these segments of the economy. They are finding the move. One of the things is, which is a positive of negative, and maybe we'll discuss it on Saturday. We got how many, $5 trillion in money markets, and investment advisors, you can get 5-6% on a T-bill or short-term somewhere. They're not, willing to take the risk and say, for the longest time we were getting 0%, 1%. Why do I want to bother? So eventually they have to put the money to use. And so that's the argument for, markets are not in a bubble and that money will come and be used. On the other hand, it's still the really uncertainty about what the Fed and they are going to do, what is going to happen with the earnings. Did the earnings, for instance, last year, of course, being a discounting mechanism, what we see today, that's what they paid for last year. They went down. So now we're going to say, well, 2024 is going to be better. So maybe that fear of lower earnings already been discounted, so we can basically start buying stocks. So there's these two classes of thoughts, and those cash eventually, the clients is going to say, well, why do I need investment advisor or portfolio managers? I can put that money in money market myself. So why do I want to pay them the fee? So there could be a pressure. Right now, again, the money, and that's what I keep emphasizing, that order flow, that money from, again, whether it's algos or the big institution, that money is finding its way in these limited number of stocks, and AI has been a big catch. So, and it's going to continue, but usually these things at the end of the day, they don't end well. So yeah, but maybe we are just in the with the tulip mania, we could see compare. Sometimes I compare. That's why the first charts I want to compare, for instance, Bitcoin, compared to tulip mania, you could see that the Bitcoin was triple or double the size of that as far as the altitude. So we always talk about tulip mania, but we've had some bigger ones. So who knows what will happen, but it just takes time. You just have to just be aware of it. And as I said, I'm not shorting the markets, and but I mean, this was tulip mania, and this was the 29 crash, and this was the Bitcoin of 2017, and this was Tesla. So,
well, Tesla still has a way to go down, looks like.
Yeah, I mean, but then it is, as I said, I mean, this is a little older one, so we were up 1,500%. So it's not the most recent chart. So we did go down. I mean, Tesla, if you look back last year, it's been, oh my God, it was down 60-65%. So that's pretty healthy, correction. So that's big. I mean, when you think about a stock like Tesla, because of this. So, but yeah, so this class was more of, again, being aware of what's happening and how you can be your own, technician, be your own really analyst in finding what is a good time. But also, you've known me. I mean, I know in my trading, it's never ever too early in some ways to take some profits, because the name of the game is money. So unless your goal is staying even 10 years or so, then basically you have to be in a really sound, fundamentally valued company that it's not really more of a theme, it's more of there's a lot of value to it. So it's not like a short-term team, but and I'm not saying NVIDIA is going, it's not going anywhere. It is, and so it's company is going to be with us, but it just maybe short-term's got a little hype right now. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ramin.
You're welcome. Anyway, all right. Well, I hope it was helpful. So it's just again a little sharing with all the stories you hear on TV, and I'll if there's no more questions or comments, I look forward to seeing everyone on Saturday, and congratulations to Nicholas Andre. So
Thanks.
well, and hopefully I'll see him next week, or maybe Saturday, hopefully. He's not celebrating continuously. So and
Well, we might, so on Saturday is gonna be at 2 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should be able to join. He has a party at 4 o'clock.
okay. Now,
Actually, he has like a few graduation parties that
Of
he was
course.
invited.
nice. Okay. Those are,
Even I was
those are
invited on
priorities,
Saturday.
Henry. Those are, let them enjoy them. So,
Yeah, okay.
all right.
All right, thanks.
Thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your day and
Thank
week.
you.
On Saturday.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Bye bye.
Bye now. Bye.
Thank you, Ramito. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.